All right, so let's do another video for this week. Gonna hit two things. One that I always forget how to do, but easy to look up. But we're just gonna hit it, which is changing out the skybox. Um, from this just kind of blue to white to the brown box that that is the default skybox. So we're gonna change that out. And then we're going to also go ahead and put a mirror into the game. And I'll show you what that's going to look like. Because I just finished building one because it's been a while. So the end it's going to look like this. So let's do that. Okay, so let's start with I'm in the sample scene. That's where we're going to do this. But let's go ahead. I'm not going to create a skybox. Let's just go ahead. I went to the asset store. I typed in skybox as a search. I changed price to free. And I'll probably just grab, I don't know, this one looks kind of cool. This all sky free one. Am I logged in? I'm not logged in. So let me log in real quick. Hold on. All right, I got myself logged in. So this one looks kind of cool. So I'm going to add to my asset since it's free. I will accept that it's free. I'm already in Unity, so I don't need to do that. We can go ahead and close this for the moment. Then we come to our package manager. We want to select my assets. Should have. Oh, it is showing the first one. So all sky free. I'm gonna download it, which hopefully won't take too long. Get to enjoy the fabulous download time twice, especially if you decide to go this route yourself. Once we get this downloaded, which is almost done, then we just need to import it real quick. It usually goes a bit faster. This will pop up. We just want to hit import. All of those new free skyboxes. I'm going to pause so you don't have to watch this whole part. I'm glad I paused that. That took a little bit longer than expected, but now it's there. So we can now go to our scene. And what we want to do for this, to change it out, we get a window. And then it's rendering and lighting is where it's going to be. You can just dock this lighting back up here, and it's in the environment, and you see at the top skybox material. So from here we can use, I think, pretty much any material that we have. Like we could use the aqua color that we created, which I think there we go. We've got a really aqua color. But it immediately has an issue. So let's try night. Ooh, I like that. So yeah, we can just go through and select the material. We can obviously drag and drop. It is here in our assets. We can try a glorious pink. Which should be, I guess, this one. There we go. All right, so that's all around. I'm gonna stick with the one. This dark one looks really nice. All right, so that's how you switch out that. The skybox. I know there are ways to create your own. but that's outside of my level of artistic ability. So if you are interested in creating your own skyboxes, there's got to be different tutorials online on how to do that. So I'm going to leave that up to those of you that are interested in that to explore that. All right, so we've got that now. Let's go ahead and add a mirror to this scene. So I'm in the sample scene, so that's where I'm going to put it. I'm actually going to switch this to the pink just because it's a little dark and we want to be able to see in the mirror a little bit better. So we'll just go with that. All right, so for this, what we want to do first is create our mirror. And our mirror could be a lot of different things, but usually just want it to be flat. So we're just going to go with a plane. We'll drop the size on this to 0.5 because that thing is really big at the moment. We'll change the name to mirror. So remember that this is our mirror. All right. And let's just go ahead and get that rotated. Let's make it a straight -90. And then we're going to push it back. I'm just going to bring it against this wall here. So I'm going to bring it up, bring it in there, and then just want to rotate it so that it's basically flush with the wall. This is easier when you create it at the same time. There we go. We've got a nice mirror, just kind of blank. It's not a mirror yet. Right now it's just going to capture from the skybox, just some color from that, but that's not what we want. We want an actual mirror for this. So what we're going to do then is we are going to go ahead and we don't need this anymore. We're going to dragging the material, but on our mirror we're going to go ahead and add a camera as a child. And so we can kind of see a little bit of what it's going to look like. That's what the camera's going to see currently, which we'll get into moving that around in a moment. But we want to then go ahead and in our materials, so in our assets materials, we want to create a new, and if we go to materials, we want to go to a render texture. And we'll call that, I don't know, let's just call it mirror texture. So this is a texture that's going to allow us to actually render onto it, which is really important. And if we look, we want to, while we're here in the inspector, the size is really low resolution. So let's just change that to 2048 on both. This is going to give us kind of that 1-to-1 scale texture for it. And then we're going to want to create one more texture, and we're going to call that, this is just going to be create a material, sorry, not a texture, we're going to create another material, but this is going to be just a material, and let's just call that, I'm going to do just lowercase mirror for that. Okay. And then we want to, for our mirror texture, we want to change its shader to unlit texture. So that gets us all set up and ready for this. And so on our camera, we're going to select the camera that's on our mirror right now. We want to, as you can see here, target texture. We want to go ahead and drag our mirror texture to that. So that's going to get the start of this going. And then we want to switch in projection, instead of perspective, we want orthographic. That's going to make it even look better. And then we want to select our game object, the mirror. No, I'm sorry. And then we want to, hold on, getting ahead of myself. We want, our camera is currently pointing in the wrong direction. You can see from this box, this is going off into the distance. And so we want to go ahead, and at this point we're going to dechild the camera from the mirror. We don't want those attached, and I'll make that clear why in a minute, but we don't need it attached anymore. We just want it in the center of there, and we're going to go ahead and rotate that. Actually, we want to do, hold on a second. We want to leave that there and first do our Y rotation. Make sure I'm going the right way, or I should say X rotation. We want that to be straight out from the mirror. And now we can go ahead and dechild that, because that's going to run us some problems here in a bit, and I'll show you why in a minute if we didn't do that. So then on our, we want to set the camera. We've got the size here. You can see it, this faint outline around it. It's way too big right now. It's just going to show us a little portion of it. So we want to set that, I think it's about 2.5. Yeah, gets it. So we want it to just cover the whole thing, and that's what we've got there. We could set this to 0.1, so it's a little closer. Or I think it's 0.1. Gets it in a little bit tighter, or it's not going to let me. There we go. Gets it in just a little bit tighter. And then what we're going to do is, onto the mirror, we're going to drag our mirror texture. And that's going to provide us the information we need there. And let's see, I think where we're at now is we need to let's see what happens when we hit play. Feel. Let me change. So instead of the mirror texture, we actually want to drag the mirror render texture. I was wondering why it wasn't looking right. So apologize for that. Yeah, so we've got this set up. We've got our mirror texture, which is allowing us to have access to there. All right, so now if we play this, we're going to see the player reflected in the mirror. But we're upside down and come from the right side. But so what we'll do is go ahead and flip. I believe we can just on our mirror, and this is why you don't want them connected. So if we had the camera still connected to the mirror and we flip things, it just flips the camera as well. So we want to go ahead and go to the scale of the mirror. I believe it's the X scale. We're going to find out if I'm correct on that. We might have to flip a couple. But that's just flipping them until they are correct. There we go. And that is now showing our player moving correctly. If we wanted to move the camera down a little bit to kind of get it in, this is a huge mirror. It's not really going to give us everything we're looking for, but we can see how it changes, right? So I got my gun now, and boom, in the mirror, there's my player with the gun. So this can be used for a lot of different things, a lot of different reasons, just to build out and add some different visuals to your game. This does not affect how we're looking at it though, right? So this might allow us, so it might take something to into account on what camera angles to look and have this be a little bit different, so that if you're looking from this oblique angle, you're not just looking straight out, it's going to look off from there. But this, for the most part, right, this is just going to give a little feature if you're looking for something a lot more to be not just a little visual or give a certain change to your scene, then definitely you want to kind of take this further. But for most people, then this is just a good way of allowing a basic mirror to function. This works great like on a car mirror or something like that in a racing game. So I hope this is helpful for those of you that are interested in changing your skybox or creating a basic mirror for your game. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.